The Young and the Restless spoilers. Shock. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is a crazy Tuesday, and we have got some massive updates to talk about today. Grab a coffee or whatever you need because we are diving deep into the latest Genoa City drama, and honestly, it is a lot to process. Let's just get right into it. So Mariah is out. She is finally released from the mental health facility. And I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this day because the whole storyline of her being locked away has been dragging on for what feels like forever. She finished her treatment. The doctors signed off. They said she is good to go. She is stable. She has done the work. But of course, because this is The Young and the Restless, nothing is ever just that simple. Nothing is ever just a happy homecoming. And Devon is absolutely losing his mind over this. Devon is not comfortable with her being home at all, not even a little bit. He actually told people that she should have stayed in there longer. He thinks she is still a massive threat to Dominic. And look, I get it. I really do. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Devon sometimes because he can be so rigid, but if someone kidnapped your baby, you wouldn't exactly be throwing them a welcome home party either. You would be terrified. He remembers the sheer panic of not knowing where Dominic was when Mariah had her psychological break. He remembers finding her. That kind of trauma doesn't just wash away because a doctor gives you a piece of paper saying someone is cured. But at the same time, it's Mariah. We know Mariah. The fans know Mariah. She isn't a villain. She was a surrogate who got way too attached and had a complete mental breakdown. She was sick. She wasn't evil, but Devon just can't separate the illness from the action. To him, she is the woman who took his son. So he is pacing around. He is stressed. He is telling Abby that this is a disaster waiting to happen. He is convinced that the second they turn their backs, Mariah is going to snatch Dominic again. He is just radiating this intense protective paranoia, and you can feel the tension through the screen. It is thick. Abby is trying to manage it, but Abby is also scared. Abby went through hell when Dominic was taken. So even though she might have a tiny bit more empathy for Mariah's mental state, she is still a mother protecting her cub. They are both just on high alert. Every time the doorbell rings, every time they go outside, they are looking over their shoulders. It is no way to live. But what happens next? Man, I did not see this coming. I mean, we all knew something big was going to happen to force a resolution, but this was intense. So let's talk about the tragedy, because it is a tragedy, a massive, heart-stopping tragedy. It's just a normal day, or it's supposed to be. Devon and Abby are somewhere outside with Dominic. Maybe they are near the park, maybe they are just near a busy street outside the mansion. The details are a bit blurry right now, but the core of it is that they are outside and they get distracted just for a second, just one tiny second. You guys know how toddlers are. They are fast. They just bolt, and Dominic wanders off. He wanders right out into the middle of the street, and then the sound, the screeching tires. A car is coming, and it is coming fast. It's not slowing down. The driver doesn't see him or can't stop in time, and Devon and Abby are too far away. They are frozen. You know that nightmare where you try to run but your legs feel like they are made of lead? That is exactly what it looks like. They are screaming. Abby's face is just pure, absolute horror. The car is barreling down on this little boy. But then, out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, Mariah is there. Why was she there? Was she watching them from a distance? Probably. Um, she probably just wanted to see Dominic. Just one look at the boy she carried, the boy she loved so much, even from afar. She probably knew she wasn't allowed near him, so she was just hiding, just watching. And thank God she was, because the second she sees him in the street, she doesn't even hesitate. She doesn't think about Devon hating her. She doesn't think about the restraining orders or the anger or anything. She just runs. He just runs right into the street. She sprints faster than I have ever seen anyone move on this show. And she shoves Dominic. She pushes him so hard, right out of the path of the car. He goes flying to the side, safe on the pavement, scraped up maybe, crying, but safe. But Mariah, oh God, Mariah, she couldn't get out of the way. The car hits her, and it hits her hard. Boom, just like that. The impact is brutal. It's not one of those fake-looking soap opera bumps. It's violent. She gets thrown to the ground, and then there is just silence. Well, not silence, because Abby is screaming, but it feels like the whole world just stops spinning for a second. Devon runs to Dominic. He scoops him up, checking him all over. The boy is fine. He is crying. He is terrified, but he is completely fine. And then Devon looks up. He looks up and sees Mariah lying there in the street, unconscious, broken, bleeding. And the look on Devon's face, you guys, it was incredible acting. You could see his entire worldview just shatter in real time. This woman, the woman he has been calling a threat, the woman he wanted locked up forever, just sacrificed her own life to save his son. She didn't hesitate. She took the hit. It is just so pitiful. Poor Mariah. She has been through so much. She was kidnapped herself when she was pregnant. She was locked in a room. She gave birth in captivity. That is what broke her mind in the first place. That is why she took Dominic, because she thought she was the only one who could keep him safe. And now she actually did keep him safe. She proved it. She proved that her love for that little boy is pure. It isn't toxic. It isn't dangerous. It is the kind of love that jumps in front of a speeding car. Abby is crying, calling 911. Devon is kneeling next to Mariah, telling her to hold on, telling her not to die. The ambulance sirens are wailing in the distance. It is just chaos. Absolute, chaotic, emotional wreckage. And honestly, this is exactly what the writers needed to do. I have been saying this for weeks. How do you redeem a character who kidnapped a baby? You can't just have them apologize. An apology doesn't cut it. Therapy doesn't cut it. You need a grand gesture. You need blood. And they went there. They gave us the ultimate sacrifice trope. And it works. It really, really works. Because now everything changes. Devon and Abby are deeply, deeply moved. How could they not be? You can't hate the person who saved your child's life. You just can't. All that anger, all that paranoia that Devon was holding on to, it's gone. It evaporated the second that car hit her. Now, instead of wanting her locked away, they are going to be praying that she survives. They are going to be sitting in that hospital waiting room, drinking terrible vending machine coffee, realizing how wrong they were. Or maybe not wrong, but how much they misunderstood her heart. I think about that conversation Devon and Mariah had just a little while ago, the one about forgiveness. Devon was so rigid then. He said forgiveness doesn't mean pretending everything is okay. He said he had to protect his son. Well, guess what, Devon? She just protected him better than you did today. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. I'm not blaming Devon for a kid wandering off. Kids do that. But the irony is just so thick you could cut it with a knife. So what happens next? They rush her to Genoa City Memorial. Nate or Elena or whoever is on staff is going to be doing emergency surgery. Sharon is going to get the phone call. Oh my God, Sharon. Imagine Sharon getting that call. Her daughter just got out of the mental health facility. She is finally supposed to be coming home, and now she is fighting for her life in the ICU. Sharon is going to collapse. Tessa is going to rush back from wherever she is. The whole family is going to gather around, and Devon is going to have to look Sharon in the eye. He is going to have to look Tessa in the eye and say, she saved him. She saved my boy. It is going to be a tearjerker, you guys. I am already crying just thinking about it. I am honestly a bit tired of the constant misery on this show, but when they do emotional beats like this, they really nail it. They really remind you why you have been watching these characters for years. You care about them. You want them to heal. And this might be the healing that Mariah needs. If she wakes up, when she wakes up, because they better not kill her off. I swear to God, if they kill her off, I am rioting. But when she wakes up, she is going to see Devon and Abby looking at her differently. Not with fear, not with anger, but with gratitude. True, profound gratitude. And that might be the exact thing that finally cures the broken pieces of Mariah's heart. She needs to know she isn't a monster. And saving Dominic proves she is a hero. Let's talk a little bit more about Tessa in all of this. Because Tessa has been struggling. She has been visiting Mariah in the facility. She has been trying to hold their marriage together. But we also know she was having some confusing feelings about Daniel Romalotti Jr. while Mariah was away. It happens. People get lonely. They get confused when their partner is locked away. But this accident, this is going to snap Tessa right back to reality. The thought of losing Mariah forever is going to erase any doubts or confusion she had. She is going to be sitting by that hospital bed, holding Mariah's bruised hand, crying her eyes out. She's going to realize that Mariah is her soulmate. The sheer terror of almost losing her is going to be the ultimate wake-up call for their relationship. And let's zoom out and look at the bigger pattern here. The writers of The Young and the Restless love doing this. They love pushing a character to the absolute brink of being unredeemable and then giving them a physical trauma to reset the board. Think about how many times Victor has had a health crisis that suddenly makes everyone forgive his terrible behavior. Or when Adam takes a bullet for someone, it is a classic soap opera trope. But it works because it forces the characters to strip away all the petty arguments and legal battles and just look at the raw human life in front of them. Devon is a guy who operates on logic and rules a lot of the time. He likes things to be orderly. He bought his way into shared custody. He uses his billionaire status to control his environment, but you can't control a speeding car. You can't buy a force field for your kid. In that split second on the street, all of Devon's money and power meant absolutely nothing. The only thing that mattered was Mariah's physical body throwing itself in harm's way. That is a humbling experience for a man like Devon. It is going to force him to reevaluate how he judges people. He has been so harsh, and like I said earlier, maybe justified in his fear, but so lacking in grace. He couldn't see that Mariah was suffering. He only saw how her suffering inconvenienced and terrified him, but watching her bleed on the asphalt for his son, that breaks the ego. That shatters the pride. I really hope we get a scene where Devon breaks down crying, maybe talking to Lily or someone, just admitting how wrong he was, admitting that he almost let his fear turn him into a cruel person. And Abby, too. Abby has this tendency to live in a bit of a bubble. She is a Newman and an Abbott and a Chancellor. She expects the world to cater to her. But she also knows what it means to lose a child, or to fear losing a child. When she thought Stitch had taken the baby, or when she thought Chance was dead, she knows that deep, visceral panic. Seeing Mariah save Dominic is going to bond Abby to her in a way that nothing else ever could. They might not become best friends, but there will be a permanent, unbreakable respect there. This whole storyline is just so messy and emotional, and honestly, it's why we watch. We complain when it drags. We yell at the screen when Devon is being stubborn. But when the payoff hits like this, you just have to sit back and applaud. It is raw, it is real, and is going to change the fabric of Genoa City for a long time. I just hope the recovery isn't too agonizing. We don't need 6 months of her in a coma. Let her wake up. Let them have a real, tearful bedside conversation. Let Devon hold her hand and say thank you. Let Abby bring Dominic in to see her when she is better. Just let them be a weird, complicated, blended family that loves each other. Is that too much to ask? Probably. It's a soap. They will probably find a way to mess it up in a month. Okay, I'm really wrapping it up now. My fingers are cramping from typing so fast. But man, what an episode this is going to be. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you ready for this? Do you think Devon will completely forgive her now? I will catch you guys in the next update.